Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the February 24th meeting of the Cookeville Planning Commission. My name is Jean Jennings. I'm the co-chair, vice chair of the Planning Commission. I believe we have a quorum, and so we will proceed. Action item number 1 is consider for approval the agenda as submitted. There is an item that we're moving from study to action tonight, so we are adjusting the agenda a bit. Any discussion among the members of the planning commission concerned next? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Action item number 2, consider for approval the minutes of January 27, 2025. Any discussion among the county commissioners? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion. A motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Consent agenda, action item number 3, consent agenda. Consider the 6-month extension of the preliminary plat of Johnny Hammer Division, 16 lots located on Cookeville Drive, map 27, parcel 134, request submitted by Johnny Hammer. Mr. Ward?
Madam Chairman, that is the item we have on the consent agenda tonight. These are considered routine and they're enacted by one motion. There's no separate discussions on the matters unless the planning commission member requests, at which time it would be removed from consent and considered separately.
Any discussion among the members? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed and carried. Action item number 4, consider for action the preliminary plat of West End Neighborhood Phase 4, 10 lots located on Ely Avenue, J2 Drive, and Public Alley, map 53H, Group A, portion of parcel 4204. Request submitted by Putnam County Habitat for Humanity, Inc. This item was postponed at the December 16th and January 27th, 2025 Planning Commission. Any discussion or notifications? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Action item number 5, consider for action the preliminary plat of Big Oak Tree Commons, 101 lots located on South Jefferson Avenue and Old Sparta Road, tax map 96, parcel 5701. Request submitted by Burnett Properties LLC. This item was postponed to August 26th, September 23rd, October 28th, November 25th, December 16th, and January 27th of Planning Commission meetings. The developer is requesting this item be withdrawn from the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve the withdrawal.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Action item number 6. Consider for action the final plat, Stewart Cemetery Road right-of-way dedication, 1 lot located on Highlands Park Boulevard, map 64, parcel 3105, a request submitted by staff. Ms. Moore?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This is a general location of these street plat that's been submitted. Here is a location map of the property and the proposed right-of-way. Some aerial view. Existing zoning in this area. The submitted final plat is a portion of the subject property identified as parcel 31.05 on tax map 64. This contains approximately 1 acres. The entirety of the property is on CI, commercial industrial mixed use, as are all adjacent properties. A new public street is being proposed with this street plat. It's approximately 680 feet in length and has a 50-foot right-of-way ending in Stewart Cemetery. The new public street was constructed as negotiated through property acquisition through Highlands Business Park. Access to Stewart Cemetery from Tennessee Avenue will be closed as per that agreement. Here is our plat. This ties in at Highlands Business Park and extends back to the cemetery. Zoomed in view. You can see this has been constructed. That's looking back to the south toward Highlands Park Boulevard. And that is a plat looking to the north toward the cemetery. So the city and county participated in construction of this as co-owners of the Highlands Business Park when the property was acquired. Our recommendation is approval of the final plat. Happy to answer any questions from the commission.
Any discussion among the commission members? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. For the next two items, they are rezoning issues. I declare that we're in a public hearing. Action item number 7. Consider for action rezoning property on West Broad Street and Bridgedale Drive at 39 parcel 182 and a portion of tax map 39 parcel 185 from RS 20 single family residential to CL local commercial. Request submitted by Josh Stites and staff. Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Chairman, here is a general location of the proposed rezoning. Here are the property maps of the entire parcels. This rezoning would only be portions of one of the parcels. Here is an aerial view, and this is our existing zoning. The area proposed for rezoning consists of approximately 4.72 acres, including right-of-ways. It contains approximately 5.64 acres. Both properties are currently split zone CI and RS20. The RS20 district is intended to provide a low-density, single-family residential environment in areas where public wastewater services are or are not available. The CL district is intended for small, moderate-sized offices, personal and business services, general retail businesses serving the general population of the city. Parcel 182 is the current location of the Putnam County Veterans Office. It is owned by Putnam County, and that property has been under development for some time now. The remaining portions of both properties are currently zoned CL. The future land use plan currently designates the subject portions best suited for mixed use commercial industrial uses. The CL district complies with this designation. Both properties have frontage on West Broad Street, which is classified as a major arterial street, and all surrounding property in this area is zoned commercial or manufacturing. Here's an aerial view. You can see that the eastern portion of the Putnam County property where they've done their memorial garden. They've done some work out there for that, and the wooded area. So this is primarily that eastern portion of those properties that are still zoned RS20. Rezoning this property would be consistent with all the other zoning in the area. Our recommendation is approval of the rezoning request.
Any discussion among the commission members? Anyone in the audience who has a comment or a question about this? All right, hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Item number 8. Consider for action the rezoning of 1211 South Jefferson Avenue, tax map 66, parcel 8108, from CR Regional Commercial to CG General Commercial. Request submitted by Jack Stites. Mr. Ward.
Madam Chairman, here's a general location of this property under consideration for rezoning. Here is a site map of that parcel. Aerial view. This is currently a vacant tract located at the intersection of Henley Drive and South Jefferson. And this is our existing zoning in the area. The subject property contains approximately 1.2 acres. The rezoning request, including street right-of-ways, contains approximately 1.55 acres. This property is currently zoned CR as is the adjacent property to the west. The property is bordered by CG to the northeast and south. The CR district is intended for medium to large scale commercial operations of a predominantly regional nature. The CG district is intended for moderate and larger sized offices, personal and business services, and general retail businesses. Our future land use plan designates the subject property as best suited for regional commercial uses. South Jefferson Avenue is predominantly zoned CG. The CG district would be compliant with the land use designation and would provide continuity of the zoning along South Jefferson Avenue frontage. Here is some aerial views of this property. This is the vacant property. That's when the property was rezoned for Sam's Club, they included all that as one tract at that time. We see some merit in rezoning this property. We had a request from a specific user that is compliant in the CG zone and is not compliant in CR, and that's why the request was submitted. Our recommendation is approval of the rezoning request. Happy to answer any questions from the commission.
Any discussion among the commission members? Anyone in the audience? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. I declare that the public hearing is closed. Action item number 9, consider for action a request to declare as surplus property a portion of 125 Chestnut Avenue, from tax map 53B, repeat parcel 501, request submitted by Cookeville Regional Medical Center. The staff requests the study period be waived for this item. Anybody have an objection to that being waived? Okay, Ms. Ford?
Madam Chairman, here's the general location of this surplus property request. Here is a site map of this portion of property proposed for surplus. This is a portion of the property that is currently the CRMC daycare to the west. That this property is part of that tract. Here is an aerial view. This is our existing zoning in the area. The subject property is identified as parcel 5.01 on a portion of 5.01 on tax map 0533B Group P. It contains approximately 1.57 acres. It's zoned MS Medical Services, as are adjacent properties to the east. It's bordered by RD single family and duplex residential to the north and west, and by CL local commercial to the south. A submitted survey by CRMC depicts approximately 0.26 acres or 10,616 square feet of subject property to be declared as surplus for purchase by the adjacent Cookeville Pediatrics property to the east. The hospital submitted a memo stating that the CRMC Board of Trustees agreed the portion of the subject property was no longer needed for CRMC use and approved surplus of the subject property as per the CRMC charter. The memo further states CRMC's request that the City Council approve the surplus and sale to Cookeville Pediatrics. A signed resolution from the CRMC Board of Trustees is also included with the request. The submitted survey depicts 50-foot access to easement running through the area proposed for surplus. No utilities are currently present within the subject area, and we had no comments from any of the utility departments on a proposed surplus of this property. Here is the resolution approved by CRMC to surplus this. Here are some aerial views. You can see the grassed area there between the daycare and pediatrics is the area proposed for surplus in this request. If approved, this would be forwarded to the City Council to hold a public hearing and consider the surplus request as per the Cookeville Municipal Code. Our recommendation is approval of this surplus request. Happy to answer any questions from the commission.
Any discussion among the commission members? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Item 10, action item 10, consider for action amendments to the official street map request submitted by staff. Excuse me. Mr. Ward?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Chairwoman, excuse me. Amendments to the official street map are necessary due to the construction of 6 new streets and the closure of 1 street in 2024. Approximately 4,135 linear feet or 0.78 miles of streets are proposed for addition to the official street map. Approximately 1,136 linear feet or 0.22 miles are proposed for removal from the official street map. The purpose of the official street map is to depict the streets for which the city of Cookeville is responsible for maintenance and to reflect the official names of these streets. The recommended amendments are included in your packets and are depicted on the screen. Links Drive and Nelson Way were constructed as part of the Reserve at the Country Club residential development. Stewart Cemetery Road was constructed off Highlands Business Park to provide access to Stewart Cemetery, with the old street being closed. Conifer Lane, Rock Carn Road, and Joining Avenue were constructed as part of the Timberwalk residential subdivision. Well, this would be a recommendation to the city council to approve the amendments to the official street map by ordinance. Our recommendation is approval of these amendments. Happy to answer any questions.
Any discussion among the commission members? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed and carried. Action item 11, consider for action 2025 annual report and program design request submitted by staff. Mr. Ward.
Madam Chairman. The 2024 was another busy year for us. We approved 15 final plats that created 244 lots. That excludes all our minor plats that were approved that were included in the APR. 9 preliminary plats were reviewed, creating 233 additional lots. We considered 8 rezoning requests. 6 of those were approved. Accepted financial guarantees of $124,000 and assisted with various economic development activities, projects, various grant projects, and several of the street construction projects that are currently active in the city. Some of the major work we proposed for 2025, this includes some things we're holding over from last year, continued work to update the 2030 plan, continued implementation of the current plan. We had discussed reviewing our policies on parking requirements last year. It was requested by some of the membership. We still plan to do that. We included some activities to review residential uses in commercial zones and mixed use and incentives for mixed use development within commercial zones. We'll continue to monitor and assist with the street construction activities and projects and implementation of multimodal grants for sidewalk installation. This year, we plan, and we've been saying this for several years, and I know you guys, there's always something that causes us to hit the brakes and pause for a second, but the major activity will be update to the 2030 plan. And when we can coordinate meetings with the council and planning commission, we plan to kick that off in the coming weeks. So I recommend your acceptance of the 2025 annual report and program design. Happy to answer any questions from the commission office.
Any discussion on commission members? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed and carried. I believe we have one study item, for consider to study the preliminary plat of Maple Heritage Homes subdivision, 12 lots located on South Maple. Do you want a motion to accept the study item?
Move to accept.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed and carried. We've got some staff reports.
Yes, our staff reports include our minor plats that were approved since the last meeting. We have had the Perimeter Place Phase 2 redivision of lots 4 and 5, 2 lots located on Perimeter Place Drive, the Perimeter Place off of Neal Street. And Liberty was a 1-lot final plat located on Salem Church Road and England Drive. That was a right-of-way dedication plat to construct connection of Salem Church Road to reconnect Salem Church Road to England Drive there. Well, those are our two minor plats approved and they're included in the staff reports. I have no further staff reports.
Anything else to come before the commission before I call for a motion to adjourn? Hearing none, I call for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.